Hello, Stargazers, and welcome to Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Every time I have to stop myself saying Animal Crossing, even though, as I'm about to talk about, this game is not like Animal Crossing. If that is why you're considering picking it up, you will probably be disappointed. I have a camel tea of honey. I've put enough time into this game now. I feel like I can share my thoughts and maybe help some of you decide whether this is a game you want to spend your money on or not. Because it is a pricey game. And whether it is worth it is a personal choice. I'm going to say this now. I'm not going to, at the end of this, be like, yes or no. I'm just going to present to you the good and the bad. What you might like about it and what you might not. And from there, you can make your own choice. I hope this helps. I love Animal Crossing. I notoriously love Animal Crossing. I've loved it from a very young age. I've built my streaming and general content creation around it initially. And I would love a Sanrio themed Animal Crossing, but this is not it. This game is a lot more story and puzzle based. And I know people are going to look at the foraging and crafting and immediately associate it with Animal Crossing, but really that's not what Animal Crossing is. How many times can I say Animal Crossing? So New Horizons has obviously the foraging and crafting, and that was a lot of people's introduction not just to Animal Crossing but to cozy gaming in general. So I'm not surprised people see it here and automatically compare the two. But yeah, that's really not an Animal Crossing feature, and I think the next Animal Crossing game could not have it and it would still feel like Animal Crossing. Whereas with how integral the crafting and cooking is to the gifting system, which kind of, I'm trying to, how do I do this? Like, helps you with your progression through the game. I'd say it's a lot more tied into the core of this. And I think this would be a very different game without it. There is bug catching, critter catching. You can just catch like a chicken with a net, which feels a little weird. There is fishing. The fishing minigame is different. There is obviously kind of animal villagers. You can dress up your own little villager. You can live my childhood dreams of being an animal villager. The first time I played Wild World, for a few hours, I kept naming my villager different animals and then just restarting the game in the hopes that eventually my villager would be the animal. No. So, I mean, it brings my inner child a lot of joy to get to play an Animal Crossing-esque game as an animal, but bar the decorating and the... Yeah, I guess we start on a plane and go to an island, which is the same as New Horizons, but not any other Animal Crossing. I don't feel like there's as much in common with Animal Crossing as people are going to assume at a glance. This is not just Sanrio-themed Animal Crossing. This is very much its own game. I would love Sanrio-themed Animal Crossing, but this is not it. If you're wondering what the animal outcomes are, I will go through them now. They are super cute, all of them. And in terms of color palettes, you do unlock more as you progress through the game and befriend the villagers, which is so sweet. These are all the birdies. We have the kitties. They all have different eyes as well. Probably should have shown those. We got the puppies. I've been using this as like a make-do fox because it's the closest I can get to my mascot, Vulpecula. He's currently like that. Look at how cute though. They're all so precious. I do love them. However, I think you can probably see what my negative about this section is. The bunny. You can also change at any time, which is a perk. That's for sure a perk. I probably should include that in this. I feel like the horses need like a longer, like, they're a little squeezed from the front. Maybe it's just this colorway, but yeah, I think the horse is my least favorite. No offense to lovely horsies. They're so cute. However, I will go through the answers. I wish that the kind of like structure wasn't so based around the body type. I wish you could change the body type for the design, you know? Like, let me be a big birdie with like the little face. let me mix things up. I don't like how your body type is restricted by the kind of ears you want or like the little tuft of hair you choose. I think that's a shame. I think it would be really nice to have those kind of options so that people can better represent their little animal how they want to. Whether they want to be them or just like a pet or just a fun little character. I love that there's a variety of sizes, even in our little animal game, but I wish you could choose what kind you wanted to be without that dictating your size. You know? I think that's a missed opportunity. The options are adorable though. They're so cute. I love them so much. Oh, and being able to change at any time. There's also different markings you can have, which vary. It is adorable. It is adorable, and I think there's colorways. There's definitely colorways I still don't have, but there are so many fun ones. I think I mostly go between these two. This one on occasion. It's almost like I'm a sucker for pastel colors. Yeah, there's so many more options for your customization than I expected. I was pleasantly surprised by the variety of the animals and the shapes and sizes they come in. I think that was nice. I wish it wasn't so dictated which you could be. This here is just a look at some of the initial villagers you can get. The villagers, I've got animals in mind. I'm just gonna pan so you can see them all. They're very cute. There's more to come. There's also this really cool visitor system. So if you decorate the cabins in a way that appeals to certain villagers when they're flying, or like around for travel, then they will come, and through doing little quests for them when they visit, you can eventually invite them to stay at your island, which is I love as a feature. I think that's really fun. However, some of them are seasonal. Like some of these you won't see until like the autumn, real life. And as much as I do love all of these characters, I really wish there was more dialogue with them. I wish you could just chat with them, because that doesn't really seem to be a thing. When you talk to them, it's just, can I change your outfit? Or can you tell me something about gifts someone likes? You can't really just have a conversation like you would in Animal Crossing or Fields of Mystery or any of that, which I think is a real missed opportunity, given that the quest dialogue's really fun. I love it. I think it's such a shame that we can't really just chat with them. I do appreciate though that there is a friendship system. The more you bond with them through both doing quests that are associated with them and giving them gifts, then you do unlock quests and abilities with them. And as you can see, as my melody's following me here, they do each have their own little ability. So if you have a certain one following you, like, oh, Pom Pom Prunes is very fun. I want to level it up more because it's so fun. Come with me. Look, I love he talks about napping. He boosts your jump. This is at 50%. I'm really hoping at 100% I can like land on roofs or something, because this is so high. It's great for exploring. My melody's great for gift giving. They all have their own little perks, and they're all things that make sense for the characters, which I love. Like in Dreamlight Valley, I'm someone that will try and give my villagers a role I feel fits their character. So this is very much my kind of thing. But yeah, I wish there was more dialogue. I really wish there was more dialogue and more options to just actually chat with them. I know it started as a mobile game, but I'm kind of like, but we're beyond that. A mobile game's gonna have dialogue. Give me more dialogue. Please and thank you. But yeah, if you want to look at the visitors, obviously, we've got some less common characters here, and there's even more if you look online. You can see some of the other ones that aren't listed here, and they're so cute. You might find your favorites there unexpectedly. I don't think mine is, sadly. Who knows what the future holds. Maybe they will add her. My beloved Miko Dreamy. But yeah, it's a surprising range of characters. There's choices I wouldn't have thought would be made, and I'm glad were, because I love a lot of Sanrio characters, including some that we don't see get as much love. And I want to hang out with them. I want to befriend them. I just wish I could chat with them more. In terms of the pacing and time gating, as you can see, there is a day-night cycle that is not tied to real-life time. However, the respawn rate of the resources is. So it resets every day at, I would tell you a time, but then that would spoil just how late I'm recording this. Is that a surprise at this point? No, probably not. Yeah, you can only get so many resources a day. You can only give 3 gifts a day unless you use bouquets. There are friendship bouquets and there are island bouquets. One resets the amount of gifts you can give a friend, and obviously you need to give them gifts to level them up so you can get requests. And bouquets, like the island ones, just make resources like little mushrooms and stuff respawn. Obviously I have a lot more because I bought the deluxe edition of the game, and I will say they have come in handy. I've tried to use them responsibly. I fully admit I gave a lot of them to a certain character because I was getting impatient about not unlocking my deluxe furniture and clothing yet. But yeah, I think it's those aspects that really remind me though of its mobile game origin, because I'm sure I don't know what it is about it. Something about like the bouquet option. It feels like something that belongs more in a mobile game than, like, say, Animal Crossing. I know I said they're not alike, and I keep going back to it for comparisons, but I just feel like it's a good game, but everyone knows for comparison. So it is my reference point a lot of the time. But like Dreamlight Valley, the resources are constantly regenerating. That's a better one. And that's in a way that's great, because it means you can play for ages and feel like you're making progress and work on what you want to do. In another way, I guess the time lock is kind of, the timing is kind of nice, because it means that you do pace yourself. You don't burn through the whole story really fast and then find that you don't know what to do or want to play anymore. I think that's the idea. Also, though, I do feel the time getting in a way is there to prevent you from realizing just how shallow the gameplay loop is. Don't get me wrong, it's really relaxing. I really enjoy it. It's great for just like chilling for a couple hours with a YouTube video on in the background or something. However, can I help this? Yes, I can. There's not a ton to do in this game every day. It's definitely a game you could play daily and is intended to be played daily, but I think it's definitely intended for a more gradual pace that helps you not realize just how little content there is long term. Does that make sense? I should speak with confidence, but I don't know if I'm explaining myself well. Like, I am already through most of the main story, and I have been actively trying to play slower so I didn't burn through it all at once. Like I said, I've already used Wikis a few times, so I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Mixed feelings. It depends. If you don't like being time gated, if you're someone like, oh, I only have the weekends to play games, I want to be able to make a ton of progress and then put it down for the rest of the weekend, forget it. This probably isn't so much for you, because this game definitely wants you to come back daily, as it does through various ways. The events are definitely another way it ties into it, which we'll get to later. I can't help fidgeting with dice on my desk, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have admitted that. Yeah, the gift giving and the quests that are so reliant on levels that it takes a while to get, along with the resources not really renewing unless you use what I assume will be a very hard to come by resource soon enough. It definitely feels like they want you to spread out your playtime. They want you to play little and often. It's not a game, it seems like they want you to, again, spend a weekend and just put hours in, like I maybe did. My bad, but I wanted to be able to review it, so that is my defense. And it's also part of why I bought the Deluxe Edition, because I was hoping getting those early crafting materials would make it easier for me to progress, so I could get my thoughts together on it. What are events like? Events so far seem kind of simple. I did have to do my research on this because obviously in the recent PC and Switch release, we've only got the current events going on, so it's hard to judge just based off that. I did research. I don't know why I'm starting to say that so much. But yeah, currently we have the Luck and Lanterns event on, which requires you, if I was smart, I would have saved one of these. There's like little firework things you find, and we've got a Twilight now, so if I start running into wolves, that's why. We've got like a firework thing, and if you set it off, then you get some lanterns. There's also, if you do certain, I think it's your daily quests, then you get some of this currency too, and you can exchange that for themed items. On top of that, there are also, Twilight login events. So you get welcome, just things for logging in every day, which is really nice. But also, again, ties into that thing of just they're trying to keep you playing little and often. On top of that, there is another event which I won't spoil that involves an area that you won't have from early on in the game that sometimes happens. And apparently there has once been what is considered like a flash event, which has been like a super short one. But there's only one kind of event that fills that category. So I don't know when we'll be seeing that or if they'll be introducing more events. What I have heard though is it is a lot harder for new players to get old event items, which I guess is part of the appeal of the Deluxe edition, because it gives you a bunch of the old stuff, so you don't have to wait for these to event. Obviously, I will show off the event stuff if you would like. I guess I can't ask feedback. I'm going to show you the event stuff, and I'm going to hope you like it, or maybe not. I don't know. That depends on if you want to be convinced to spend more money on this game, or spend money on it at all. I will say, it's cute. We'll get more into it later. Let's go to the wardrobe. Look at all of... I'm a sucker for some sparkles. I really am. There's some cute stuff. But this isn't every event thing. Like, if you go in collections, you can see that there is more event stuff to come that we won't have if you buy the Deluxe Edition. But if you are sad you missed out on some of this really cute stuff from the past, this is one way to get it. It is very cute. Whether it's cute enough to justify that extra money, that's up to you. And then alongside that, there is various event furnitures. I probably could have just shown you this through collections, but I feel like this is a better way to see it properly. Like, some of it is cute. I will tell you my problem with it in a bit. I wonder if you can guess already just from a glance. Yeah, there's themed floors and wallpapers that were previously tied to old events that you probably have to wait for. Well, you will have to wait for the rerun, and they may not be as easy to acquire for a new player. But the events seem to be a thing that are consistent throughout the year, and yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what future events hold, especially I love Valentine's Day. I mean, yeah, I love Valentine's Day, so I'm really looking forward to the Hugs and Hearts event. Even of the Deluxe stuff, I'm using a lot of the Hugs and Hearts stuff that existed already because I can't help it. Hearts and stars, and I love them. There are plenty of puzzles in this game, and they are surprisingly varied, which is great. I love that. However, some of them I definitely have to solve through luck before I can reverse engineer what the puzzle's actually asking me to do for the next stage. Like, I don't know if you can work out what this is asking me, but if you can, well done. You can tell that this is a game meant for all ages, but sometimes I do find myself questioning my own intelligence. It's not all puzzly puzzles either. Some of them are jumping puzzles. Sometimes you have to climb around. It's an interesting mix of things. I can definitely see, though, with the puzzles, why they recommend playing this game with the controller. I'm playing keyboard and mouse. The camera angle is just a little awkward, and sometimes the movement's a little bit janky, but it's not enough that it's hard, like impossible to do. It just means it probably takes me a few more attempts than it would on a controller. Twilight returns. Hello. Do you agree? Yes. Puzzles. They exist. There are many. They are a core part of the main story element of this game, so if that is something that puts you off, for one, I mean, I guess you could always look up a tutorial, but it's definitely a big part of what will take your time in this game is just going through the story, especially the puzzle elements in this particular temple. They took me a bit. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Quests in this game are a mix of fetch quests where you'll go get resources for other characters, sort of like hide and seek quests where you have to go find some item. They'll give you like a range or radius that you have to find them in, and like delivery quests where you have to go give something to another villager. Now, if you are struggling with any of the above, there is this thing called the show guide button, which gives you this little guiding light that will take you to where you need to go. This is great for if you're stuck on a quest. The only issue is, maybe this is my personal experience and I've just been really unlucky. The few times where I've needed to use it, it hasn't worked. It just hasn't appeared. But if it's a thing where, like, for demonstration's sake, of course it works. But yeah, theoretically, that exists if you're struggling to find something. I love it as a concept. I wish it worked for me better in practice. But the quests themselves, again, they tend to be a mix of that, but the dialogue and the writing is really fun. I wouldn't consider them too difficult unless you were like me earlier and you missed an important line telling you exactly how to do what you're trying to do. For the most part, they're pretty good at reminding you what exactly it is your task is and how to accomplish it. And we are back in the house. What is decorating like? Back to the Animal Crossing comparisons, but again, like Animal Crossing, you are very limited in the... That's a rug, that's no help. You got 4 rotation points. It can face one of 4 ways. It's not like Dreamlight Valley's recent update where you can do fun angles and stuff, which is a shame because someone loves to clutter things. I love having my angles to make things feel more lifted. However, unlike Animal Crossing, you can't put stuff on stuff, which means like this tea set can't go anywhere. There's lots of stuff where I'm like, oh, I'll put the candles. No, maybe it's just all the furniture I have, but like you can't even put the comic on the rug. And I think that sucks. That I hate that. I also do not appreciate, hate's a strong word. I take that back. I don't hate that, but it does irk me. A lot of the furniture looks like it belongs outside. And this is a problem I had in previous Animal Crossing games as well, where not all of it, some of it is useful, but like a lot of it, maybe it's just me, but I don't really foresee me needing some of this stuff inside my home. This is stuff where I'd love to put it around the islands to make them more personalized, but that's not an option. So I just have some things that I'm just like, I don't foresee myself using unless it's for a specific visitor's wants. And that is a shame. I also feel like I wish there were more items in sets. Obviously, a lot of it is the stuff from the deluxe sets. Yes, Twilight, it is. If I go through my collections, we can see a little bit more. But still, I wish that there was a bit more to them. Because I feel like I can't decorate a house how I'd like to, which is a shame. But like most sets don't have, like the Kawaii furniture set is one of the bigger ones, and I still feel like just looking at those outlines, there's not everything I'd want to be in it, if that makes sense, which is a shame. So I feel like it's a little lacking in that regard. The concepts are really cute. I do like the themes. I just let me put stuff on stuff and rotate things. I mean, I can even go without the rotating if you just let me put stuff on stuff game. Please. I would love that. And more indoor furniture, or let us decorate outside. I know the latter probably isn't going to happen, but yeah. Really cute furniture. Wish you could decorate differently. You can obviously change the wallpapers and floorings as well, though it doesn't seem like changes for those are as easy to come by. Obviously, I just have my limited playtime so far and what I got with the deluxe edition. But still, we shall see. Time will tell. I do love how the events still have stuff to come that we haven't gotten yet. I look forward to seeing if these feel more fleshed out once we have those sets. I'm trying to remember where this would be. It's probably in furniture, isn't it? No. Where are my sets? I don't know. I know I found them earlier because I was using this for an example. Let's no. Events. That's silly me. So I like there is the whole set. But obviously the events also include clothing. So you're not getting a full furniture set. But you can see we're still missing some stuff for some of these. Including the hugs and heart, which I've now lost. So I'm hoping it'll feel more like a complete set, or that they will build upon the sets each year, which I think could be a really cool concept. It's just a shame in their current state, like I don't feel like I could make up a proper home with what we have. Does that make sense? Well, some more dividery things, please. I'm doing the best I can with what I have. I don't claim to be an amazing decorator, but even I feel quite limited. Yeah. These are cute though. I do appreciate how the wallpapers do change more than just window placement. They are varied windows if they have windows at all. And this was animated and that's really cute. Whether it is worth paying Deluxe for is a choice for you. We'll discuss it more later. That is all there is to decorating. And you don't get a ton in the shop each day. That's something else I'll point out. We will go see what I mean by there's just a handful of options. Not that other games have the biggest shop rotations, but just something to be aware of. Is that, yeah. I also will say in the few days I've been playing, I've mostly seen the same items. There's been a couple that I haven't seen, but I don't know if that's just my notoriously awful luck, or if you just don't get that many items in the shop. Which, I mean, great for finishing collection's sake. Less great for wanting varied home decorations. The Deluxe bundle, in case you aren't aware, comes with over 300 unique items and rewards, aka 1 year of legacy clothing and furniture and cosmetics from the other events, which I've kind of shut off a little bit. The Deluxe starter bundle, which is a whole bunch of bouquets and strawberry crates so that you can get through the story and the quest faster, really, essentially, and upgrade stuff, which is neat, but again, I don't know if that's something you want. I think that's a personal choice. If you think you're going to place a relaxed base, that might necessarily not appeal to you. And then there's a Deluxe crafting bundle, which is 50 of each dye color. That is a big highlight for me because, as you see, there's a lot of things that there's a lot of clothing that I maybe wouldn't like so much in its base colors, but they're so cute with other options. Like I'm someone that resourceful, so I probably would be unlikely to dye things very often, even if I like the alternatives, because this is me. So I like having the extra dye. There's also 100 sticks, 45 iron ore, and 50 rubber. I'm sure those will come in useful or have been very useful, and I just haven't noticed yet. However, you don't get these items straight out the bat. You have to do quests to get them first. And some of those quests take you a while to get to. For context, I think I put 18 hours into the game before I got my crafting bundle, and it took me 24 to get my clothing and furniture. And given those were like the main reasons I paid for Deluxe, I don't know if I like that. Obviously, there's every reason to, and just like having them in general is nice. It's a cute game. I've enjoyed my time with it. But also that the Deluxe edition is the price of a AAA game or your typical Nintendo title, both of which tend to have a lot more to them, apart from some Nintendo titles in recent years. I'm very fortunate that I could tell myself I was investing that bit extra for content creation purposes. But at the same time, I get not wanting to overwhelm new players, but the appeal of getting it was to get those things early and then to not see them till so far in. Maybe it's because I was playing at a really gentle pace. Maybe it's because I was trying not to rush through the story. It could also probably didn't help that I was streaming and chatting and just running around for some of that time. But still, I don't know. This might be a factor. I've not been using guides to work out what present to give people. I've just been learning through doing, maybe I would have gotten faster if I had been optimizing what I was giving people every day, but I don't know. It still feels like you're not gonna get that initial deluxe stuff within your first few hours of play, even at a fast pace, unless you are using up those bouquets and stuff really quickly and trying really hard to get it fast. Which I don't know how I feel about. I think the main reason to get Deluxe is absolutely for the cute past event stuff, which if you're intending to play this game for a long time, you're likely to get just through play eventually, but it just will be that bit harder. So like if you want it now, and it is really cute, so I understand wanting it now. I like that this option exists and that you're not necessarily missing out, but still it's hard to say. It's a very personal choice. It is a fair bit of money. We're not in a time when everyone has a ton of money to spend on cute little Sanrio games, and that's okay too. Theoretically, you're not missing out by not buying the Deluxe Edition. Theoretically, everything Deluxe Edition you will gain yourself through playtime, or like the equivalent of. Like what the progress the bouquets would get you, you will get through your own playtime. It's not like you necessarily need them to beat the game. Does that make sense? So like, yeah. If you don't like the cute custom event stuff, you probably don't need to buy the Deluxe Edition. And if you can't justify buying the Deluxe Edition, that's okay. It's definitely not a necessary purchase, and it's not like you're missing out on these things forever. It's just for now it'll take you a little longer to get them, and if you're planning on investing a lot of time in this game and are looking forward to the excitement of seeing these old events rerun, there's something to consider. Do I recommend Hello Kitty Island Adventure? For the little me who loved Hello Kitty Roller Rescue and desperately wanted to be an animal villager in Animal Crossing, I'm loving it. I genuinely look forward to doing more of the main quests and seeing where it's going, and the quests in general are really fun and silly. But that being said, I do feel like I've done most of the main story already, and I don't know if I can commit to the daily playtime this game wants me to commit to, on top of all the other games that also want that. If this is not your situation, maybe it's perfect. Maybe it will fill a void in your day, brighten it that bit more. I think this is definitely a game I can recommend on sale, especially if you love Sanrio. I mean, if you love Sanrio, it might be worth it at full price or deluxe price, depending on how much you like the cute items, really. Yeah, obviously, if you can comfortably afford it at the moment, and you think that the amount of joy you will get from it can justify the price tag, then I absolutely recommend it. But also in the end, I'm just here to share my experience with the game so far, and that though I enjoy it, I'm aware not everyone can buy new games all the time. So I hope this has helped lay out why this game may or may not be for you. Like, if you're looking for another Animal Crossing, this isn't it, but it's also lovely in its own way. It's a lot of fun. I hope that my criticism has seemed fair. I try to criticize every game I play fairly, but also I'm very aware that the value of a game is such a personal thing. As some of you will know, last year I learned free games can bring me more joy than ones I spent £70 on, and I want to enjoy the games I play. I think we all do. Will Hello Kitty Island Adventure make my Games of the Year video this year? Time will tell, but it's been a fun start and I'm not done with it yet. Psst, you. Yeah, you. Thank you for being here still. I forgot to do an outro. You can't see me blush now when I ask if you would like to like and subscribe. You don't have to, it's okay, but I figure I should remind you that that's a thing that exists, and I would really appreciate it if you did that. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for being here. If the stars are out, go looking for me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, whatever time zone it is. You need to eat, drink, take your meds, just a reminder to do so. And hopefully, I'll see you for the next video. This time it actually will be Animal Crossing, I swear.